So I'm gonna need you to let me in on the truth. So I tell my mom, like, I didn't know they was coming. I was in the shower. And let me tell you,
switching sides, feel something wrong. You acting shifty, you don't vibe with me no more. I need loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty.
hey YouTube, it's Destiny. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another story time. And before I get into this video, I want to let you guys know that after this video reaches 500 views, I will be willing to do a story time week where for 5 days straight I will post a story time every day. Not every day on my channel, like for the rest of my existence, just for those 5 days. So don't get comfortable with me spilling the tea. Anyway, this story is going to be about the time that I got in trouble and there were some boys involved. And anyway, we're just going to get straight into it because it's pretty embarrassing. Alright, I was at my cousin's house and I am going to use their real nicknames because I don't think they'll care if I'm telling this story. So I'll change the boys' names that were involved. How about that? Yeah, I'll change the boys' names involved. So I was at my cousin's house and my cousins' names are Lo and Z. And we were chilling out, just having a regular cousins weekend. I was always with them. My school was up the street, so I would often just walk over there for the weekend. Or on like a Friday, I would walk over there and just spend a night, like until Sunday. And then my mom would come get me. I would go get clothes from at home and go to school from home. And then on weekends, do the same thing all over again. So I was at my cousin's house and I believe their mom was either at work or she was at a school event for their youngest sister, my baby cousin. I can't remember, but I know that she wasn't home for like a large chunk of the day and we were bored. So after we walked around the neighborhood and got into some regular old mischief, we came back to the house, we had snacks, we was chilling. And it was almost time for my mom to come get me. Now that's the kicker. It was almost time for my mom to come get me, and I was gonna ask her could I stay the night again. And when I texted her and asked her this, she told me that she would think about it. So I'm like, okay y'all, she said she's gonna think about it and then I'll let y'all know or whatever. So while we waited on my mom to think about it, because you know how moms be when they think about it. While we was waiting on my mom to finish thinking about it, my cousin Lo decided, well, let's just have some people over, like my mom is not gonna be here anyways. And it's not that we weren't allowed to have company while she wasn't there, it's that we weren't allowed to have company that she didn't pre-approve of before she left. You know, like how you have to ask stuff before the parent leaves the house, just so that you're not blowing up their phone for the rest of the day, because the moment you call and interrupt something, it's an instant no. So we were trying to avoid that. So Lo was just like, let's bring some people over. And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't have nobody to invite over here or whatever. Like, all my friends, like, live by me. And I lived, like, 20 minutes away at that time. Like, it wasn't super far, but it was too far for some teenagers to be traveling, like, in the middle of the winter time. So, anyway, she was like, well, alright, I'm gonna just go downstairs and finish the laundry then. So she goes downstairs and finish the laundry, and I was like, I'm about to take a shower so that as soon as I get home, I can just, you know, grab my clothes and come back if my mom lets me spend the night. And if not, then I'll just be able to go home and go straight to sleep so I can hit school tomorrow and not have to worry about like being up late, getting ready, etc, 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 etc. So, all I hear out of the blue on my way up the stairs is Z coming from the basement yelling at Lo. And she's like, okay, well, I don't care what you have to say about it. Like, don't tell me what to do. And Lo was just telling her, like, shut up, I'm the oldest, blah, blah, blah. Like, just always, like, trying to be bossy because that's what she does. She's a worrywart. She can't help it. And you know you are. So, so they were arguing as usual. This is not new. They were arguing as usual. And so I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'm going upstairs. And all I heard was Ania saying, okay, well, I'm going to tell mommy then. And I'm like, here she goes again. Like every day she was threatening to tell something. Like we were teenagers. She was a teenager. She's not like the little sister that was like 10 when this happened. Like, no, she was the little sister who was also a teenager. So she was just like, I'm gonna tell mommy then. We like, here she go with this. So I'm like, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna take me a shower and get my stuff ready just in case I can come back over here. So I go upstairs to get in the shower. And I took about 15 minutes to get prepared to get in the shower because, I mean, I guess it's because I'm a Virgo. I like to have stuff like a certain way. So I had to get my towel, my other towel, my loofah sponge, my soap, because I brought my own soap most places. I had to brush my teeth before I got in the shower. I had to make sure I had some in-shower body lotion because me and my cousins used to love that stuff back then. Like, it was our go-to thing. Especially Lo, she used to use it like probably 3 times a day if she could. But yeah, so we used to just love in-shower body lotion. We were teen girls, like trying to try out new beauty products and stuff, so we thought it was fun. And I just had to get my stuff out. Then you have to get your phone. You have to pick what music you're gonna listen to while you're in the shower. I had to decide if I was gonna wash my hair. I mean, I had decisions to make before I got in the shower. Like, the pre-shower moments are important. Like, they're essential to the experience. Anyway, I finally make it into the shower, and I guess during this 15 minutes, Lo decided she was still gonna call some people over. So I pop in the shower, and right as I'm getting into my groove and my music is playing, all of a sudden I hear and I'm like, oh no, like I hope like they're not fighting. Like, that's what I thought. I thought that they were fighting. So I'm like, Lord, let me put on a towel and go break this up. I step out of the shower, grab the towel, and right as I'm pulling the second part of the towel over my goodies, this boy popped his head into the door. And the thing about it was, I know him because me and Lauren were friends with his sister. So I know him, but I darn sure didn't know him like that for him to be seeing me in no towel. So I'm like, get out. And he was like,
yeah, alright.
Like, no, get out. What you mean, alright? So he shuts the door, and then I quickly like grabbed the pajamas that I had on right before I got in the shower and just pulled them right over me, like wet and everything. So I walk out of there with my pajamas on so that I didn't have to walk around the towel. I go into Lo's room and I close the door, lock it, get dressed, blah, blah, blah. My mom is blowing up my phone. It's like everything was just like happening all at once. Like, I swear it was like sign after sign, like, get out. So my mom was blowing up my phone at this time, and I'm trying to get dressed because I'm thinking like maybe she's outside. Like, if they hear, like, I don't want her to be here and like get Lo in trouble. So I'm like, dang, like, let me hurry up and get ready in case I have to run outside to keep my mom from coming inside. Cause my mom and my aunt slash cousin, she's my aunt, don't worry about the details. So my mom and my aunt are real close, and like there's like really not a lot of knocking that goes on in our lives. So, you know, they'll knock on your bedroom door, but when it comes to entering the house, like, no, I'm gonna walk up in this house because she will walk up in our house if y'all was home alone. So same old same. Anyway, so I'm trying to hurry up and get my stuff together so my mom doesn't come in the house, and I'm walking down the stairs to tell Lo, like, I think my mom is like on the way or something, because like I looked out the hallway window in their house. There was a window in the hallway you could look out and you could see like the driveway or whatever to see who's pulling up. So I looked out the window and I didn't see my mom yet. So I'm like, all right, we safe, we good. Like, let me just take all my stuff downstairs so as soon as she get here, I can just walk out the door and dip like nothing happened. So I walk down the stairs and Z is sitting on the couch by herself. And the boys came in a set of 3. So the oldest one, the one who walked in on me in the shower, excuse me, the one who walked in on me in the shower, we're gonna call him Gerald. Okay, the middle one was Lo's boyfriend of like a long time. Like, I think that was her first real boyfriend aside from this boy named Leroy. She's probably gonna kill me for even bringing up Leroy. Okay, but the second one, we're gonna call him Steven. And the third one was the youngest one, and like, we're gonna call him JJ. So JJ was sitting on the couch next to Z, and I guess he was getting on her nerves because she just looked so irritated, like,
get him away from me.
like it just, you could see it in her eyes. And I'm looking at him and he's just all like hyped up and smiling like, yeah, yeah, like as if she's into whatever he was saying, but she just looked so irritated and he looked like so accomplished. It was weird. The oldest one, he was just sitting at the table like on his phone or whatever. And I'm like, well, where is Lo and where is Steven? And I don't know where they were, but all I know is my mom was calling me again. So I'm like, dang, I hope she at least says yes, I can spend the night this time so she doesn't have to come over. I answer the phone like, please say you're going to spend the night. Please say you're going to spend the night. Tell me you don't feel like coming to get me, girl. Like, I know you don't want to come all the way over here. Like, it's cold. You don't want to put on socks. Like, I get it. Like, stay at home. No, what did my mom say? I'll be there in 7 minutes. And my mom, she's not like a 5 minutes, 15 minutes type of person. Like, she knows how she drives. If she says 7 minutes, you need to be outside in 6 minutes and 42 seconds because she will be pulling up. So I'm like, oh shoot, like my mom is on the way, like my heart is beating. Cause for one, we got all the lights on, and the way their houses were built, there were like a lot of windows on the front, and then the curtains you could see straight through because they had like, not sheer curtains, but you know, tan color curtains where like you could see shadows. So I didn't want my mom to see a whole bunch of people running around the house because I knew she would come inside. I was hoping to rely on the fact that my cousins have a lot of siblings. So I was like, okay, maybe she won't come in here because she'll just think it's like all of us. So when I was stepping outside to call my mom to tell her that like I got her message about her being on her way, one of the boys had locked the door behind me, and I guess he thought it was funny. So instead of me banging on the door, I go around to the side door, and right when I'm going to the side door, I open it, and the side door is where you can get to the basement. I open it and I see Lo and Steven coming upstairs, and I'm like, laundry, huh? All right, girl, laundry. You got it done. So anyways, after Lo and Steven got the clothes clean, they came back upstairs and my mom was pulling up, and I'm like, why did y'all have to come up here right when my mom was pulling up? Like, that's so annoying. Like, go back downstairs so if she come in here, you won't get in trouble. But I didn't have time to tell Lo this. So I go outside and I get in the car with my mom, and like when I say like I dipped out, like as soon as I heard beep beep, like, and my mom doesn't usually honk the horn places because her thing is like, my name is not horn, honk, or ho. So you don't beep at me when you pull up somewhere. So, you know, I was just taught, you know, you don't look out the window when somebody's beeping. If they want you to come knock on the door. But I knew my mom was on the way, and she knew that I knew she was on the way. So at that point, it would have been rude to like not come. So I go outside as soon as I hear my mom beeping the horn, and I hop in the car, and she was just asking me like regular questions like, what y'all doing, blah, blah, did you eat, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, the fact that my mom honked the horn this time lets me know that I was meant to get out of there, right? Wrong. The next day I get home, and all I know is the phone was ringing off the hook when I got out of school. The house phone was. Now, mind you, I used to catch public transportation from my high school back to my house every day. So on my way home from downtown at the hub, my phone just kept on ringing. It was my auntie, Lo and Z's mom. So my phone kept on ringing. So I answered, and she's like, hey D, are you with your mom? And I'm like, no, I'm not with her. She should be at work or at school right now, but I can tell her to call you back. And she was like, oh, okay. Make sure you have her call me back immediately. Like as soon as you see her. Or matter of fact, if she calls you, you let her know to call me. And I was like, okay. Like trying to play it off. But I knew something was up. Like something in my gut was like what is going on? Like, why does she want to talk so bad? So I'm thinking of like all the reasons she could want to talk, and I'm just like paranoid, like OMG, like I'm not finna help be a part of this. So my mom came home. My mom came home like 2 hours later than me every day after school. So I was only home for 2 hours by myself. So I would usually get my homework done in that time. So by the time she got back, I could ask, could I go somewhere? And if she was like, did you do your homework? I could be like, yup, girl, here, receipts. So I was busy copying and printing up the receipts, honey. And when she arrived, Sabrina, my auntie, had called like 20 something times back to back by then, and I did not answer the house phone because I felt like I had already told her on my cell phone my mother was not going to be home. Like, why are you still calling, like, just to make a point? I was such an angry teenager. I'm like, why are you still calling just to make a point? Like, she really was trying to get me in trouble. I felt so bad. But then it was like, okay, well, I was there though, so it's like, it's not like she's wrong. But I was just so angry, like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't even know they was coming over. So my mom gets home and she was like checking the caller ID like she usually do. You know, back when house phones was the thing, when you had the VTech phone with like the phone book storage inside, you could put your contacts like grandma and all that stuff. And then when people call, it'll pop up and say like grandma. Well, it kept popping up like call from Sabrina, call from Sabrina, call from Sabrina, call from Sabrina, call from Sabrina. So it's like call from Sabrina. And my mom looks at the caller ID every day when she gets home. So she's going through it. And she's like, why is Sabrina blowing me up? Like, what is going on? What happened? And I was like, I don't know. Like, the way me and my cousins were, like, we were thick as thieves. Like, especially me and Lo. Like, you don't come between our favorite cousinly bond. Like, you don't do that. Like, I'm not going to tell on her, period. So my mom was like, why is Sabrina blowing me up? I'm like, I don't know. She called my cell phone looking for you too, girl. Like, it could be anything. And alright, so I'm playing it off like I didn't know what was going on, and Sabrina calls again. So my mom called her back and I went upstairs into my room. My mom called me downstairs like, Destiny. And my parents don't really call me Destiny unless it's like in like a little jokey way. Like, they both have like nicknames and stuff for me. So my mom was like, Destiny! And it like echoed up the stairs like, and my heart was just like, like, I couldn't take it. So I get to the top of the stairs and I'm trying to play it cool. I'm like, yeah. She like, come down here. I get down the stairs. She was like, if there is anything you want to tell me, you better let me know before anybody else lets me know. Because listen, Sabrina, Lo, and Z are all on their way. And Z told me what happened. Matter of fact, Z told Sabrina what happened, and Sabrina told me. So I'm gonna need you to let me in on the truth. So I tell my mom, like, I didn't know they was coming. I was in the shower. And let me tell you, because when I was getting out the shower, this boy was already in the bathroom. Like, I don't even know if he knew that I was in there. So, like, I don't want you to think that he was coming over to talk to me because I didn't know he was coming and he didn't even know I was in the shower. So he wasn't doing nothing, like, Ma. So she was like, and you don't talk to none of them. And, like, she went through my phone and, like, she saw, like, I'm cool with their sister and that I didn't have any of their numbers. At that time, I didn't have any of their numbers. But eventually I got their numbers because, like, sometimes they would pick us up from places or whatever. Like, if we didn't have a ride, they would pick us up. So at that time, luckily I didn't have their numbers because, like, my mom would have flipped out. Like, well, it looked like you talking to him to me. So thank goodness. So my cousins and their mom get to my house and we all sit down at the dining room table and and we all had to tell our sides of the story or whatever. But long story short, because I can't remember what each person said, and like all I know is Zania told. So long story short, we all went around the table and shared our sides of the story, and then Z was like, well, Lauren, Z was like, Lo, you shouldn't have blah 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 blah, whatever she did to make her mad. That's why I told. Y'all made me tell on y'all. It's y'all fault, blah blah blah, like saying that it was on us that she decided to tell on Lo. So at the end of all of it, our parents were like, let us talk to y'all separately or whatever. So my mom took me to the side and was like, okay, Thank you for telling me the truth. Next time that something like this happens, you let me know before somebody else could get to me. Because at the end of the day, you are my child. I'm responsible for what happens to you. You're not going to put me out here and embarrass me like I don't know what's going on to you, because we are better than that. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, I know, like, I am so sorry. Like, y'all, I do not like when my mom is like not happy with my choices. So she was just like, now go upstairs. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking like, this means I'm grounded. I'm thinking I'm on punishment for life. But she didn't take my phone, which was weird. So I was like, I'm gonna hold off on that punishment thing. So then my cousins come upstairs crying. And Love told Z, like, you can get out. So she put Z out of my room and made her go sit in my little sister and brother's room next door to my room. So she was like, I can't stand her. I can't believe she told on us. Oh my gosh, my mom took my phone. How long your mom gonna keep your phone? Like, are you allowed to go anywhere? And I'm just like, I still got my phone. And she was like, oh, you think she gonna tell you if you're allowed to go somewhere? Because my mom is the type of mom, like, she not gonna tell you how long you're on punishment. Or sometimes if you on punishment, she's gonna keep saying no until she feel like saying yes for like months. Anyway. So she was like, let's go see if she admit that you're on punishment. We get downstairs and I'm like, Mom, can I still go to the movies with my friends? Because I was going to the movies with my friends that day, and that's why I didn't want Sabrina to end up talking to my mom, because I don't want her to ruin my plans. My mom was like, yeah, I didn't say you was on punishment. What you got to be in trouble for? Mommy. You the realest out. You the realest out for that. Because at the end of the day, I was not expecting it. I thought that I was about to die. Like, I thought she was going to be like, are you questioning me? But she really was the homie. Like, sis had my back. Okay. And my cousin was like, I can't believe that happened. Like, she seemed like she was salty that she got in trouble and I didn't. But it was you. It was not my fault. Anyway, so... this story resulted in all of the people involved, all the brothers that came over and their sister teasing us every time we hung out, calling us the punishment girls. Even though I wasn't on punishment, I took it personal because I'm just like, this could have been me. Like, and now on top of that, if my cousins can't go anywhere, I'm gonna be bored anyway because they were the only people I really hung out with. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and leave some comments if you've ever gotten your cousins into some mess or gotten into some mess with your cousins, honey. See you guys in my next video. Bye.